Lisa BLACKPINK, Anitta Rema, FIFA World Cup 2026. Just hearing those names in the same sentence already feels unreal. Because this is not just another music release, not just another celebrity collaboration, and definitely not just another FIFA song. Something bigger started happening the moment goals appeared. And almost instantly, people noticed. Fans noticed. Music fans noticed. Football fans noticed. The internet noticed. Because when FIFA World Cup 2026 starts moving, the entire world pays attention. And somehow, Lisa BLACKPINK was suddenly standing right in the center of that conversation. But here's the part that makes this story way more interesting. Nobody saw this exact combination coming. A global K-pop superstar, a Brazilian powerhouse, a Nigerian hitmaker. 3 different worlds, 3 different sounds, 3 different audiences, colliding under one of the biggest entertainment brands on earth. That is not a small move. That is global strategy. And maybe that's exactly why this story matters more than people think. Because FIFA World Cup music has history. A very big history. Some songs become memories. Some songs become eras. Some songs completely take over summers. You hear them years later, and instantly remember where you were, who you watched with, what team you supported, what moment made you scream. That's the pressure surrounding every World Cup soundtrack. The expectations are massive. And when FIFA World Cup 2026 entered the picture, people already knew the bar was high. Very high. Then came goals. And suddenly curiosity exploded. Lisa BLACKPINK, Anitta Rema. One title, one global campaign, one massive spotlight. But here's where things get even more interesting. This collaboration didn't just bring star power. It brought something else. Reach. Real global reach. Because Lisa doesn't only represent BLACKPINK. She represents one of the most powerful entertainment forces in modern pop culture. Millions of fans. Worldwide influence. Fashion dominance. Social media gravity. A fan base that moves fast. Really fast. Then you add Anitta, a superstar with serious Latin music power. Then Rema, one of the defining global Afrobeats voices of this generation. Now pause for a second. Think about what that combination actually means. Asia, Latin America, Africa, global pop, football culture, internet culture, music fandom culture, all touching the same project. That's not random. That feels intentional. And when people realized what FIFA was doing, the conversation started getting louder. Because this wasn't just about who sang the song. People began asking a different question. What exactly is FIFA trying to build here? A soundtrack? Or a worldwide cultural moment? And honestly, that question changes everything. Because modern World Cup entertainment is no longer only about football. It's spectacle, emotion, global attention, social media, streaming, virality, music, identity. And FIFA knows it. Everyone knows it. Which is why every artist attached to this stage carries enormous visibility and enormous pressure. Now here's something people don't always talk about. Going viral is not simple anymore. The internet moves too fast. Attention spans are brutal. Millions of posts appear every minute. Songs disappear quickly. Trends collapse quickly. People skip fast. People scroll fast. But certain projects break through. Not because they're loud. Because they trigger curiosity. And goals triggered curiosity immediately. People wanted to know what it sounded like. How Lisa would fit into the concept. How Anitta would shape the energy. How Rema's sound would blend into the mix. People clicked. People reacted. People debated. And yes, people compared. Because comparisons are unavoidable in the World Cup universe. Every new era gets measured against previous eras. That's just reality. And once that comparison game begins, online engagement tends to explode. Some listeners love the direction. Some want something different. Some miss older vibes. Some embrace new global sounds. That tension? It creates conversation. Conversation creates visibility. Visibility creates momentum. And suddenly, you're not looking at a normal release anymore. You're looking at a worldwide discussion. Now imagine being Lisa BLACKPINK in the middle of that. Not simply releasing music, but stepping into a football entertainment ecosystem watched across continents. That changes the scale completely. Because football audiences are different. Music audiences are different. K-pop audiences are different. Now combine all three. The overlap becomes enormous. And unpredictable. That unpredictability is part of what keeps people watching this story unfold. Because nobody fully knows where the ceiling is. And here's another detail that makes this even more fascinating. FIFA World Cup 2026 itself is already huge. Massive host stage. Massive global anticipation. Massive audience potential. Before a single match even begins, the machine is already moving. Now plug a collaboration like goals into that environment. You instantly understand why headlines started forming, why fan conversations accelerated, why people started connecting music to something much larger than music. Because this is about visibility on a world scale. And in today's entertainment industry, global visibility matters a lot, especially for artists building international eras. Now let's talk about Lisa for a second, because her career evolution makes this moment even more compelling. Over time, Lisa has become more than an idol, more than a performer, more than a member of a globally recognized group. She has become a global brand presence. Fashion, luxury, performance, social influence, cross-market recognition, and projects tied to major international platforms naturally attract attention. That's why people are watching closely, because moments like this can signal something bigger. Not necessarily overnight, but strategically, quietly, powerfully. And if you're wondering why so many people care, that's one major reason. But wait, here's where the narrative becomes even more layered. Because not everyone reacts to global collaborations the same way. Some fans celebrate immediately. Some analyze every detail. Some debate artistic direction. Some compare production choices. Some compare eras. Some compare impact. And suddenly, the conversation becomes bigger than one track. It becomes about influence, legacy, global positioning, modern pop culture. That's where stories like this become retention magnets online. Because people don't just consume the news. They emotionally participate in it. They choose sides. They form opinions. They predict outcomes. They revisit details. And the longer that happens. Now think about this. How many artists can realistically step into a FIFA World Cup conversation and instantly generate worldwide curiosity? Not many. That's part of what makes this moment notable. The scale is different. The audience size is different. The expectations are different. And yes, the scrutiny is different too. Because global stages bring global attention. And global attention brings intense observation. Every detail matters. Every performance choice matters. Every reaction matters. Every narrative shift matters. That's the reality of playing on this level. And maybe, that's exactly why people cannot stop watching what happens next. Because this story still feels unfinished. Very unfinished. What does this mean for FIFA's evolving music identity? What does this mean for future global collaborations? What does this mean for how sports and entertainment continue merging together? And what does it mean for Lisa BLACKPINK's expanding international footprint? Those questions keep pulling people back. Again, and again, and again. Because curiosity is powerful. Especially when the story is still moving. And maybe that's the biggest reason Goals became such a conversation point in the first place. Not only because of who appears in it, but because of what it represents. A changing entertainment landscape. A changing global audience. A changing formula for how music, celebrity culture, and world events intersect.